Hello, Sacred Heart family and scholars. It's me again, Miss Bonnie. Hello. So today we are going to do our next video for Music Theory. It's called Music Theory 102. So it's the next one. So if you haven't watched 101, go back and find it on the Facebook page. Go watch it, and then you can watch 102. That way it'll be nice and timeline-wise. You will understand more. So I'm going to share my screen with my screen. And there we go. All right, so let's start the presentation. So, Music Theory 102 for Sacred Heart with Miss Bonnie. Oh, where'd it go? And this is why there we go. Tech savvy, but not really. So, Music Theory 102. So, first things first, music notation. We talked about the staff and clefs last week, but now we're going to talk about all the stuff that goes into it. Basically, how to read music notation, explain what it is and how to use it. Some basics, okay? So, first things first, as you can see in this little slurb of lovely multiple of things, we're pretty much only going to talk about a few of these, and then next week we'll talk about more of them. So, how to read music notation is basically understanding how to count. I only need you to know how to count to 4. Otherwise, you're good, okay? After that, I'm good. We don't need any more. It's like the ABCs. I only need A through G. After that, I don't need to know, all right? What is our notation? We're going to explain what a few of these are, what they look like, how long they last, and hopefully, if I can get it to work, show you how to work it. So, we go to the next page. I want to move. Oh, there we go. We can move that. Cool. In music, a note is a symbol denoting a musical sound. So basically, how long it lasts, how long it shouldn't last, how everything. It tells you everything. Notes can express the pitch and duration of a sound, and a musical notation is another definition. So basically, it tells you where to hit, what to hit, and how long. All right? And these are examples. So we have a whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note. We're only going to look at the top 4. We're not going to look at this bottom one. That one's insane. I don't like that one. Nobody likes that one. So our next one is, I'm going to have to keep moving this around. There we go. So every note is based on a different type of note head. Some then need to add a stem, and then from there we add the flag. So it starts with the note head, stem, and then the flag. So again, we have our note values, all right? Again, I'm not using this last one, but it was the best picture I found. If you have a whole note, a half note, quarter note, and an eighth note, plus the rest, which means it's silent for the same amount. So that's how you read the basics of a note. All right, so let's look at each note so you know what it is. All right, so a quarter note and its rest. This is your note, this is your rest. It gets a count of 1 beat. Now, I did have one piano student who liked to call it a wiggly worm, and then one who called it a firework. She wouldn't stop, but she was 4 and it was adorable, so I went with it. So this gets 1 beat. So it literally goes 1, 1, 1, 1. You literally just count 1 beat for each. This one you count 1, but you make no sound, okay? So that means rest, okay? So you go 1, rest, 1, rest, all right? So the next note is a half note, which this is the half note, this is the rest, all right? This gets a count of 2 beats, all right? That means, notice the difference between the quarter note and the half note. The quarter note was whole with the stem. This is hollow, so it's just a circle with the stem. It kind of looks like a D, which is how some people actually draw when we draw them. This is the half rest. Now, notice this kind of looks like a top hat. It sits on the 4th line of the staff, the 4th line, this one, and it goes above into this 4th space, okay? That is a half rest, all right? It kind of looks like a top hat, and that's how I remember top hat, half. Kind of gets you started. So then the next note is a whole note. Notice it is just a circle with a hollow. It can just be a regular circle. It doesn't have to be a fancy, like, filled-in circle. This gets a count of 4 beats, all right? So it fills, all right? Takes up a lot of space. Now notice this is its rest. Notice it looks like a half rest, but it's upside down. So notice it looks like a hole. So that's how I always remembered it. That's what one band director told me when I was a kid, that as you're going along the music, oh, you fell in a hole. It's a hole rest. And then you come back out after you count 4 beats. All right. So, okay, here's our 8th note. I just want to make sure you can read everything. So an 8th note and its rest. I'm showing you 2 different ways to see an 8th note. Cause it gets a half a beat, I'm literally a half a beat. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and, that's where that comes from. But normally you see them grouped together at least 2s, but you do see the single ones with just this little flag, which is what we talked about in the first slide. But here it's called a beam because we beam them together, okay? It makes it easier to count in the long run. But 2 8th notes equal 1 beat, all right? So fractions are coming to haunt you guys. Sorry. It's in math. It's lovely. Now notice that the 8th rest, which is over here, kind of looks like, I don't know, like a bad parenthesis. No, comma. There we go. Or in for, oh, it's hard to explain this. It's, think of a word, email me and tell me what you think it looks like, or comment below. But notice it has a bit of a ball with, and then it slashes up and then comes down. So these are used to go a little bit faster, essentially, because you get literally twice as many. So then we have to explain this lovely number that is shown up at the beginning of music. Recorder students, you have seen this already. You just didn't know what it was. All right. So this is called a time signature. It sits right after the clef at the beginning of the piece. Basically, it tells you how to count and what to count. For right now, that 4 on the bottom is always going to be there for right now. We aren't going to change that for a while, but it does change, okay? So the bottom number tells you what type of note gets the beat, okay? Or what type of beats they are, is what they said. This is more of a jazz version, but I like the detail in it. So the bottom number 4 means that the quarter note that we said already gets 1 will get the 1. All right. The top number tells you how many beats in each bar. So 4 means there's going to be 4 beats, and it can be, and it's 1 quarter note gets the 1 beat. Okay. Sometimes you'll see it with a 4 and a quarter note literally underneath it. That's rare, but it does happen. All right. So we're going to move on to the next slide. We have our listening example. I'm going to attempt to clap these for you. And then I want you to pause it and try yourself, okay? Or clap along with me. So I'll do each one twice, all right? So notice this is only a 1-line staff. This is for non-pitched instruments, okay? So a drum or certain rhythm instruments that don't make a pitch, they would use this staff, all right? But it was just a good example, and it touched on a lot of stuff that we're going to see. So number 1, which is right here, number 1, we're going to clap. All right, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I separated my hands during the rest, but I still counted. All right, that keeps your placeholder, and it helps to signify the rest, okay? So let's do that. Number 1 again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now that's quarter notes and rests. All right. Notice that the 4 4s at the beginning. So that's 4 beats per measure. See how there's 4, and the quarter note gets the 1 is the bottom number. So number 2 is the half notes and the rest, all right? That means we rest for 2 beats, all right? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, does that make sense? Notice I kept my hand clapped together for the second beat of each half note, all right? So if you were playing an instrument, that's how long you would hold it, okay? So let's try number 2 again, right here, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Then we're going to go to the whole notes and rest. All right. So this is number 3. Notice that the whole note lasts for the entire measure because it gets 4 beats each. I lost my screen. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh, no, go back to the last page. I didn't mean to click. I didn't mean to click. Hold on, we'll get back to the last page. Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. All right, so let's do the whole note exercise. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy, right? You literally are only clapping 3 times, all right? So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy, right? But if we look at the next one, ooh, that's a lot of notes. Remember, 2/8 notes equal 1 beat. So if you count, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 in one measure of 4. How do we do that? We add the count of 1 and to signify all the half beats, okay? So we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, all right? So we're going to clap that. So remember, this is the rest. This is the note, all right? So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, I'll do it again a little bit slower, okay, so you can follow along, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, that one's the tricky one, except for the bottom one, which is like a mix of everything. All right. So I want you to try to do that one. Try it slow. Just go 1 and 2. Just experiment with what you hear, okay? So the bottom one is the challenge piece. Now, grades 1 through 5. I want you to take videos of you guys trying these out. Seriously, that's what I want, all right? And you can email me. I'll put it in the Facebook top so you can send them to me. I would love to see you guys trying these rhythms, okay? Because they're actually kind of fun. I will try to give you this also in that email so you can look at it just on your screen, or you can just pause the video where it is, okay? So I'm going to play it first, all right, quickly, and then we'll slow it down and see it again, okay? But then I want to see you guys attempting this. It's a fun thing. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes no sense. I understand. At first, it didn't for me either. It took me a long time to be able to do that without messing up at least once. So let's do it again. We're going to slow it down a little bit, and I'm going to start saying the 1 and 2 and throughout the entire thing, okay? Not just the counting, all right? So you'll hear the ands throughout the whole thing. I think it will help make sense, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now I want to see these videos. This will be fun. You can use the Zoom, I think, or you can just record on your phone or tablets, whatever you guys have, or whatever video equipment you guys have. I want to see you clapping and counting. Counting is key. Trust me, okay? Every time I'm counting for you guys, that's important, okay? So, everybody, I will put my email in it so you can send me videos. I want to see these, or you can comment on the Facebook post for them. Please, I want to see them. All right? I hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. It looks gorgeous outside. My window's over there. I put the shade down though. But it looks gorgeous out. I hope everybody's staying safe and keep working. It's fun, I promise. This is fun stuff, and I'll see you soon. Bye.